This time we'll call to order the Board of Public Works meeting, December 8th, 2025. Carrie, roll please.
Alderperson Carpenter?
Here.
Esther Khan?
Here.
Hanson?
Here.
Ledvina? And Mayor Boyd.
I am here. Alderperson Ledvina is excused. Up next, public comment on matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Board of Public Works. Anyone in person doesn't appear there's anyone out here. How about virtual land? Anyone in virtual land have any public comment on matters not on the agenda? Just state your name. For the final time, any public comment on matters not on the agenda? Now's your time. Let's move on. Let's go to the items. Item 1, approval of the October 13th, 2025 Board of Public Works meeting minutes. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Carpenter. Any discussion, comments? Looks like we're all good. That said, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 2, consider and possible action regarding lease agreement for 1201 Enterprise Drive. Scott.
So I'll start with it. I'm going to have Eric pull up the actual site plan for our expansion. So as right now, our consultant's getting ready to bid our MSC expansion first part of January. The bids are anticipated to be open February 26th. February 26th of 2026 with anticipated construction probably first part of April. So what we have is as part of the expansion project, we're actually expanding the office area, we're remodeling some of the areas, and what we have is you can see in a checkered area, just to if Eric can just go with his arrow, to go down a little bit where our front office is now. In that vicinity right there, the existing offices were built on a slab. So the area, if you've ever been in our municipal conference room, like in my office, that sort of thing, we're removing all of that because we got to remove the slab and build a basement. Talking to our consultant way back in the day, probably a couple of years ago, we started looking at it. It's actually more feasible, more cost effective to rip a slab out than trying to build a basement adjacent to a slab. So right where Eric has his cursor, that part of the front office is going to be remodeled. Because the whole area's got to be remodeled, there's HVAC and other things going on, our operations have to be temporarily relocated. So over the past probably 6 to 9 months, we've been shopping around for an area to lease office space. We had several locations we actually came to the spot at 1201 Enterprise Drive. I have an area in your packet showing it. It's really kind of Amerilux owns the building. It's a complex there. It's kind of kitty corner from the Quick Trip off of County Highway PP. Basically, the intent with the lease of this is just under a little over 4,000 square feet. All the front office operations would move over there. Anticipated up to 15 months we would be there. Basically, the lease would start January 1st of this year. The cost that we negotiated with the property owner is $4,500 per month. Basically, the funding for the lease payment would be included part of the $25 million borrowing for the expansion project. Even though we don't have to be physically out till probably sometime in March, we do have some work we need to do, bring in our IT stuff and some cubicles and that sort of thing. So the intent is right after the holidays, the lease agreement goes in, staff would start looking at, I won't say remodeling there, but setting up for our operations at this location. So staff recommends approving the lease agreement, some pending final reviews and approval by the city attorney and her team. Basically, there's a few things that she's been going back and forth with the agent on this. I think we're pretty close to it, but basically, hopefully within the next week or so, those items will be either minor issues to work out. So basically, that's why we threw in there pending a final reviews by our attorney.
I'm just trying to wrap it. So you said by Quick Trip, right?
Right where the arrow. So Quick Trip is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
So
right,
it's
thanks.
actually Amerilux's complex is all that white building. So right at the end of that cul-de-sac, Marilux owns that building. It's kind of a
Used to
office.
be a cheese shop? Didn't that be? No,
The cheese shop is right next
Just
to it.
north of it.
Okay, so
north
I'm
of that.
getting closer.
Yep.
Yes,
Getting
you're getting
close. It
close.
used to be Dick and Shag Crevillian.
Dick and
Yes,
Shag.
the shack. Yes, it was an insurance call.
Yep,
Thanks.
there's several offices in there. We'd be located in the center portion of that complex,
And you come in off that.
off Enterprise Drive, or Enterprise, well, it's
Drive out by the
Enterprise Drive
cul-de-sac,
there.
yep.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
Scott, did you say 4,500 per month?
Yes.
For the lease, okay.
Looks like pretty nice digs. I'll make a motion to approve the lease agreement pending, finish with the attorney, et cetera. So I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Hanson. What questions and comments do we have? Alderperson Carpenter.
So did you guys just get lucky that, or how did this come out that this is coming out at 25 million? That was never, I mean, when we discussed the whole MSC plan and everything, there was nothing said about somebody having to move out and go with things. And I'm just questioning, because that's almost $70,000.
Yep, no, it's a very good question. So when we started looking at the whole process, we knew we were going to have some temporary office relocation. If you look at first floor of City Hall, they're bouncing around everything, trying to squeeze things in. The issue there is at the MSC, we found out the HVAC system, it has to be totally shut down. We can't occupy the building. So, and then due to the fact of the complex, we're trying to still keep the field operations. So when we were looking into it, we estimated a budget of 25 million. There's contingencies built in it. So about 3 months ago, trying to refine the cost estimates, because we still have to pay our consultant out of that 25 million. We have office furniture and stuff we have to do and stuff we have to buy, part of that. So based off of what the consultant says, in our budget, even with the renting this office, if everything comes in, we should be fine. My biggest concerns was the tariffs and everything going up, we'd be way over. But right now, they just had, as of 3 weeks ago, they had another contractor look at it they worked with. They kind of given a kind of an idea where the costs are coming in, and we should be fine, and the cost should be within that 25 million.
Does some of the furniture, can come from the MSC and moved over there?
No, because with at this temporary office, yes. When I'm talking office furniture is all these offices will be brand new. So if you look at our existing facility, they're custom fit to the cubicles, to the office, that sort of thing. When everything gets redone, we'll be customizing, most likely with one of our vendors in the area here, to custom fit that. And that pot of money from the 25 million is not bid as part of the project, but that we'd be funding that, outside the construction part of it.
Alderperson Carpenter?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, it's a good question. It's a very valid question. Was that considered?
Money.
Yep.
Okay, yep.
Because the other thing I do also want to add in, we originally put this project together, that's why I'm getting concerned it was going to be over. If you recall, we had the ADA audit we had done. We have all these things we have to do as part of the audit when we remodel. The first floor, for example, there's many things we're getting done. There's close to $1 million in ADA stuff we had to do at the MSC, and I thought, I didn't budget for that. Knock on wood right now, even though they're putting that in to address those ADA, hopefully we're all within budget.
Okay,
Good.
Thank you.
That's great. Other questions or comments? Alderperson Hanson.
Yeah, I see they removed the big sign out there. Are we going to have any signage indicating that that's where our temporary office is, or?
We'll have to have something set up, yes. What that's going to be at this point, I can't tell you. As far as that, we will have to advertise, on like for example, on social media, if you're got on there right now, the first floor is temporarily relocated, in City Hall. We'll have some signage. We may put our variable message sign out there. We'll have some, like our engineering department most likely, because they'll be based out of that area. We'll have our city trucks there. And temporary signage, yes. What that may be, Jonathan, I do not know at this point.
Is there a monument sign out there right now?
There is a monument sign. That's the one that they removed.
Yep.
But they
Oh,
have
did
some
they
other.
move the monument sign?
Well, they have it up, but they removed a Marilux that was on it.
Yep.
But
And I think they're making room for, there's a dental going in there now. DePere
There's something
Dental.
on the south end going in there now, I believe you're correct.
So I guess they'll be your neighbors.
Could be. You're going to be our neighbor?
No, the new dental office
yeah.
there. Yep.
Do engineering and get your teeth checked. Alderperson Carpenter.
if I was reading that rental or that lease agreement, you get to share part of that sign out front. I thought I read in this
You may have, I don't
in this
know.
rental agreement that we get a little part of that sign that you can put out some information.
If we can utilize it, we'll utilize it,
I
yeah.
thought that's what I read in this.
You may be correct on that. I haven't read all the
hope so.
details on that.
I thought when I was reading through I do read a few things.
That's quite good. Yeah.
You read more into it than I do. I was worried about the term, what we have to do, and the money.
I mean, it's a valid question. So now he's heard about the sign. So,
Yep.
that's something to consider and look
Very,
into.
very good.
Other questions, comments? Alderperson Essercon, do you have anything?
No, it sounds like it's going to suck to have to move 2 times in 2 years, but otherwise, no.
Correct. All right. That said, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 3, consideration and possible action on city engineer parking and traffic recommendations. Eric.
All right, so we've got 5 different recommendations for the board to consider, and I'll go through each one and ask if there's any questions as we go through. So the first one is to consider a parking restriction on Shearing Road at Patriot Way. And it's on the south side. There is currently a parking restriction, and so we had a complaint about cars parking. Well, what is occurring is people are using that for a drop-off and pickup. So legally, if it's a no parking area, but you park there and stay in your vehicle, you're not in violation of no parking. That's why we have the no standing, stopping, or parking designation. That means you can't even stop there. And really the intent of that no parking area, and it's about 90 feet, so it's right about where that car is, was so that there's better visibility. What we're recommending is we change the sign from no parking to a no parking to no standing, stopping, or parking between signs. And if the board agrees, we will have to take this to the county because it's a county highway.
Very good. Thank you. Questions, comments? Anybody? All good? All good? Okay.
Okay, the next one, we constructed a hammerhead at the end of Martin Street. And what a hammerhead is what it kind of sounds like. At the very end of the street, we put bump outs basically on each end for vehicles to turn around, primarily city vehicles, because in the past they've had to back out of Martin Street for an extended distance for garbage and everything. As you can see, here's Martin. So there was no way for our vehicles to turn around. So we built a hammerhead. Well, they're really nice and people like to park there now, but we don't want people parking in them because we can't turn around. So we would like to put in no parking from the limits of where the hammerhead is, and I can't show you because we just built it, but right where it starts to flare out, that's what this request is for no parking at that hammerhead.
Very good. Thank you. Do you need the 3 other words to go with it or not? do you need all the other words to go
no,
with it?
this will just be no parking.
Okay. Alderperson Carpenter.
So just a question on that is to daytime hours only, could it be? I mean, or
For just, and again, this is only going to be the 30 feet right at the end of the street. So we're recommending just no parking. We don't want, because you don't know when they're going to be plowing or when, even
You're
like
right.
leaf pickup, things like that.
You're correct.
All right. Very good.
Then the next one is a similar thing. We built one on Washington Street at Brazier Park, and that one's probably even a little more popular because it's right at the park. And so just at the hammerhead, we're requesting no parking so our vehicles can turn around. And I can show you real quick.
Have you communicated with the folks there on that street? Because there's an individual who connects quite often regarding that.
Well, this one was actually built in the park. So we would restrict it because when the hammerhead comes in like this and comes around. So no, I have not reached out. We did put up temporary no parking signs because we weren't able.
Oh, so those are there anyways.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they're not a sign that we would get into the ordinance and make a permit.
That's what he was probably connecting with me regarding the temporary no parking signs. And now, of course, we have an answer for that. Thank you.
Okay, then the fourth item is just an update to the ordinance. For those of you familiar with it, and I'm sure Dan drives it all the time, American Boulevard, when we extended it in 2022, down here, we put in bike lanes. and we didn't update the ordinance to reflect the bike lanes. So this is just an update to the ordinance because we have bike lanes there, and there is a section in our ordinance where we designate the bike lanes.
Very good. Questions on that one, anybody? Okay.
All right, so then the last one is a little more unique. We had a complaint, and periodically we would, it's been a long time, where we would hear of wrong-way drivers on American Boulevard. And so I had someone contact me this year and said she has observed it several times this year where people were going, and it's more so in this area, where people were going northbound in the southbound lane. The only thing we can figure is, and we've got it designated in the notes, there are several businesses that do not have access all the way through from their driveways. So for instance, at 2200 American, if you were to come out of this driveway and not paying attention to realize you have to take a right to go around, you could end up turning the wrong way. And so of the four, one of them currently does have a sign, 2150. When you get out there, there's an arrow pointing. So when you come out the drive, you'll see an arrow telling you you have to go right. It's in the median. And we were thinking, well, if we truly are periodically having wrong way drivers, it may be somebody that's confused when they come out and go to exit. So we were recommending putting up 3 additional one-way signs in the median. So as you come out to the drive, there's an arrow pointing that means to go to the right.
Well, that's a good idea. Questions, comments on that?
No, I just know some other people, they get to their other driveway, they cut across, go the wrong way. I've seen it, different things going on.
Not just with that, just something entirely.
Out there. I mean, I've seen them in the morning, somebody going to work doing things, but they'll get caught someday, and then I'm not gonna.
Sometime they'll get nicked up, I imagine, huh? Other questions, comments? That's all of them, isn't it?
Correct.
Well, I'd make a motion to approve the staff recommendations 1 through 5.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Carpenter. Additional discussion, comments? That said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 4, discuss city engineer recommendations on no action parking and traffic discussion items. Eric.
All right, so here we have 2 items, not quite as clean cut, but we're recommending no action on them. The first is we had a request just to put up a pedestrian crossing sign at 4th and Landy Street for the crosswalk that's there at this location. There are multiple crosswalks down the 4th Street corridor. Some of them have signs for the crosswalk, some of them didn't. This is categorized as a minor arterial. However, the ADT, average daily traffic, is only 3,600 vehicles per WSDOT, so that's pretty low. We really didn't feel we needed to put up the additional signage at this location. The crosswalks are pretty clear, so we were recommending no action. We don't really have a policy in place for when do we put up the signs, when don't we, like we do for the RFBs or things like that. So we felt with the ADT, we didn't need to put up the sign here.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions, comments on that? All right, you got another one?
And then the other one is kind of an interesting one. We had a request to take the stop sign off of 4th and put in a yield sign instead. We thought about it, talked about it quite a bit, but we felt, and the thought being is you could put a yield, kind of have a turn, like when you come on, you have a dedicated right lane and dedicated through lane, and then they merge together. However, it's at a very odd angle, so as you're merging, you have to really crank your head around as you're driving. It would restrict some of the parking in this vicinity to really make it clear and work. And additionally, we felt like 3rd Street's a really big bike route. A lot of people bike on it. And so now we're gonna have bikes and people trying to merge, and we just felt like the current designation with the stop sign works quite well, so we didn't feel we should change it.
Very good. Thank you. Other questions or comments? Love that intersection.
And the only comment I had was the same thing you said. It's a real sharp turn, and the individual says, how many people do you think can turn their neck that far and look that way, even when they're stopped?
Yeah, totally agree.
It was just part of what the individual said to me.
Unique intersection.
I told him,
Unique intersection.
They could be here or they could be online.
Yep.
We're not-
Oh, that's right. I took that away then.
I said, I figured what the answer was gonna be and I'm not gonna go. So they're not out there, we're good.
All right.
If you have more traffic, southbound on Third, we probably accidents.
Yeah. Other questions, comments? We don't need a motion on this, do we?
Correct.
Thank you. And you're done with that, if I see that correctly. Okay. Item 5, consideration, possible action on the 2026 private full-length sanitary sewer lateral reimbursement rates. Who wants this one? Eric?
Okay, so this is for projects, and if you recall, earlier this year, we updated our policy to include a program where if a person is working on their sanitary lateral because they're having an issue, we are providing an incentive for them to do a full lateral rehabilitation through either pipelining or pipe bursting. And if they do that, we'll participate up to 50%, with the total amount we would participate being $3,000, so they'd have to have a $6,000 bill. And there are certain things eligible and not eligible, but primarily it's to get plastic pipe from the sewer main all the way to the house for I&I. The only purpose for bringing this back is, when we did that, it was really based on when we do a public job right now, and we're redoing the sewer, we are automatically relaying the lateral to the right-of-way. Whether a person wants to pipe burst all the way to the house or not, they don't, we're still gonna rehab it underneath the pavement. And that was the cost that was used to generate the $3,000. Well, over time now, those costs go up. So we're just recommending we update what we would participate to from $3,000 to $3,300. And we would bring this back probably every year, and we would do kind of that rolling average, a 3-year average for the cost of open cut construction of a sanitary lateral in the street for a 60-foot right-of-way. And then we would use that going forward to slowly increase what we would participate just to reflect costs. Again, the whole purpose is, if we were to redo the street 20 years from now on someone's private project they have, we would have to rehab it out in the street. So why not offer them to participate now and get plastic through the whole thing? So we're just recommending a price increase to reflect what we're seeing.
Very good, thank you. Questions, comments? I'll make a motion to approve the price increase for sanitary sewer lateral reimbursement rates.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Carpenter. Discussion, comments? Looks like we're all good. That said, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, discuss Southbridge corridor sidewalk. Scott or Alderperson Hanson? I guess either way.
Yep, so it was requested by Alderperson Hanson to check with the county to see if they would consider constructing our Southbridge corridor sidewalk out of concrete versus asphalt pavement. Took me a while to get a response back from the county. We did reach out, and pretty much what I have in my staff memo is kind of right from the county's email. They've actually been planning on constructing the sidewalk out of asphalt, which is a 10-foot wide throughout the corridor. It's being designed out of asphalt because the main reason is, with the county forces, they do paving. In fact, they're paving a lot of the corridor main line. They'll be paving the trail. The biggest thing is switching to asphalt. From asphalt to concrete, there'll be significant costs to the project. And then the other thing with it is GV14 is complete now, and that trail, that sidewalk, the 10-foot sidewalk, has been constructed out of asphalt. They did actually inform me they're at the roundabout where you get vehicles potentially creeping up on the ends where the sidewalk comes into the cross the street. That area, like we typically do anyways on a roundabout, is actually constructed out of concrete.
Thank you. Alderperson Hanson.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add. I appreciate Scott looking into it. At least sounds like it's not in the cards. But I originally brought it forward because on GV, the Ledgeview portion is asphalt, but the Bellevue portion is concrete. So that's where I had the idea.
Bellevue doesn't have a trail.
Oh, it doesn't?
It actually ends right at the Ledgeview area, I think.
They
Down
don't-
down when you get towards 172, I believe it might be concrete.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. I think that's where it is. But yeah, I just thought with concrete being more durable, maybe looks better aesthetically, but if it is going to be significant cost, the county would have to pay half of it, and if they're not willing to, then not much we can do about it.
Yeah, I'm glad you looked into it. It's a good question.
Could you put up that where they're doing this on our Southbridge or that corridor now in DPR?
You want the 14 segment, or which one do you want?
The one that where Jonathan was talking about that length of that was going to run from that new roundabout out to all the way to the bridge. I mean,
So you're talking one we just built?
no, the county. What Jonathan was talking about is this the section?
A GV14?
Yeah, that's going to run from where they left off now.
Yep.
Our whole Southbridge project all the way to the bridge. Is that what I'm just trying to?
It's gonna be asphalt, and then a bridge. You hit the bridge, it'll be concrete.
Yeah,
Yep.
bridge. But I mean, by the railroad tracks
It's gonna be asphalt.
and everything going through whatever it has to be done.
And on the east side too, as you get east of the river. So it's
Yep.
going to loop all the way around and tie
Yep.
back into the asphalt in Ledgeview.
So it's a 10-foot wide path. I mean, they put a good base in it, I assume, and I mean if you put a good base underneath the asphalt, it's a sidewalk. It's
Last
not
for a little
it's
bit.
not made for vehicles.
And one of the things is, just so the board's aware of, and as part of the negotiations we had to get for the right of way for the sidewalk, because it's a 10-foot walkway, the city's taken on the commitment to actually plow that and take care of the snow. I mean, it's not your typical 5-foot sidewalk. So when that's all built, we're gonna probably have a pickup truck run all the way from 41 and run that. Make 2 quick passes to plow it.
So that's my concern then. That's where my concern comes.
Vehicles,
It's
it'll be built to accommodate
a
a
vehicle to the standards of a 1-ton truck then?
Correct.
With dualies, you know what I mean? It's
Yep.
not a half-ton truck. I'm just
Correct.
trying to make sure that what we're building, or they're building,
Yes,
that the weight capacity is gonna be there.
yes.
That's I just mentioned about the base. The base is the biggest part of anything, so we gotta have the base.
And one of the things that, I'll tell the board, and maybe I shared this before, a lot of people ask, and, I know the mayor's heard this, you want to understand what the corridor really look at. Like, if you take, GV, it's Monroe, and you go south of, Dickinson, what they built coming all the way down to X, that's really what the corridor is going to look like. You're going to have the 10-foot path on the one side, a median in the middle. The street lights will be about the same. So, I mean, that's really how it's going to look and feel when you're driving it. That's 40 there, and it's intended to be 40 miles an hour through the rest of the corridor, like what we're building.
And my other question on this is then the maintenance of that, when it's all said and done, does that fall back to the residents?
The street,
The sidewalk? Who's?
I'll have to look on the agreement. If it ever has to be redone, I do not know at this point. I know we said we'd take care of the snow removal.
Okay, I'd just be curious.
I would have to look into that, Dan.
Maybe check into that, see
Yep.
who's got that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, as it goes on, now you're at 10 feet. Now,
Correct.
I'm just saying there's more cost to things. And
Absolutely.
I'm
I know the
I'm not
streets-
against it at all or nothing. I just want to make sure.
The street itself is going to be the county. The storm sewer is going to be the city. The street lighting is going to be the city. But the road itself will be the county. The trail, I do not know.
Okay.
Yeah, the Monroe Road's a really good example for people to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nailing it right there. That's what I tell people to do. Yeah. Check it out. Other questions, comments? Did we have a motion?
We don't know.
Don't need one.
It was.
Oh, it says discuss right in the front of it, doesn't it? So that's all we have to do is discuss. We don't need a motion. Any more discussion? Alderperson Hanson.
For the record, I did check the Google Maps, and Bellevue portion of GV does have a sidewalk along the west side.
And it goes all the way to like Quick Trip, kind of? You know what
It
I'm
goes
saying?
all the way to
that stoplight?
172.
But it doesn't connect to Ledgeview's part, though.
Don't they both have sidewalks?
Yeah, they both have
On the
sidewalks.
west side.
Yeah.
No, but it
Just go by
stops.
God, I don't know. I never.
I guess I gotta-
But Alderperson, I don't think there's one where like Greystone is all the way to,
Well,
yeah,
Bellevue,
going south.
I think Mr. Gulf is where Bellevue stops.
Okay.
does it? Gosh, I could have sworn it went all the way down to like Quick
No.
Trip.
I guess I apologize, Alderperson Hanson. I eat crow.
So you need to
Drive
go
all the
out there
time. I
more
didn't think
often.
there was.
That's odd too, yeah. I know there's something there, but I don't know where it
I know for a fact the lighting though of the trail starts. If the trail's lit by Ledgeview when you come in, goes to Dickinson, and then from the south, I don't think it's lit.
No.
Matter of fact, they added something like in the last summer or so, like more sidewalk and stuff along that portion you're talking about.
think so,
I could have
yep.
swore they did that. Drive by there every day and you just can't remember.
I pay attention to the road. I can't be looking all around at sidewalk.
Well, you read these.
When you get a little older, you gotta pay attention when you're driving.
I'm just glad you weren't going to say you were looking at your phone.
No, this thing that is not even.
I do know now because I have to go by there tomorrow. I will definitely notice, and I'll be getting a text. There's sidewalk. I know it. Other discussion. Well, thanks for checking. I'm sure all the person Hanson. We all appreciate checking into that. Appreciate that. Up next, future agenda items. Anyone have anything? All right, I will then make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Carpenter. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Officially adjourned.